Hi dear friends, if you are facing the problem, the big problem, your employer has deducted tax at source at the time of payment of the salary, but he has not issued the form number 16 to you, or he has issued the form number 16 to you, but the credit of tax deducted at source TDS is not appearing in form number 26S in annual information statement, and also the information is not available in the pre-filled data in the income tax return form. What to do? If this is the problem, please watch this video till the end. The employer is required to deduct tax at source at the time of payment of salary under section 192 of the Income Tax Act at average rate of income tax. So, it is not your willingness, but it is the compulsion by the law, Income Tax Act, that you have to pay the tax in the form of tax deduction at source. And your employer is working on behalf of the Income Tax Department to collect the tax at source. The question arises, once the employer has deducted tax at source, if he does not deposit the tax deducted at source in the government account, then he is treated as assessee and in default for the tax amount, and he is required to pay the tax which have been deducted from your salary under section 201(1) of the Income Tax Act. Not only that, he is required to pay the interest at the rate of 1.5% for the part of month or month default from the date of deducting TDS from your salary to the date he pays such amount to the government account. If he does not pay, then under section 276B, the employer can be prosecuted for not paying the tax which was deducted from your salary, and the imprisonment that is minimum for 3 months, and it can extend up to 7 years. So in this situation, when the employer is liable to pay the tax deducted from your account, whether the income tax department can compel you to pay the tax again because the employer has not paid the tax to the government. So here there is a provision of Income Tax Act section 205 which bar the direct recovery of taxes from you. Once the employer has deducted the tax, the department cannot again ask you to pay the tax. It amounts to the payment of double tax on the same income. But the question comes to your mind, how to claim the credit of TDS, because as per section 199 of the Income Tax Act, the TDS credit is allowed only when the tax deducted is paid to the government account by the employer, and that is subject to filing 24Q TDS statement. If this condition is not met, even you claim the tax deducted source in your return, the tax demand may come. But first question I want to clarify whether you can claim the tax deducted by your employer even though it is not available in the pre-filled data. You can go to the taxes paid schedule and select the TDS from the salary. If already you have another employer and detail of that employer has been given, you have an option. I'm showing you add detail. Then you will see a screen in which you are required to give the detail, the employer, tax deduction account number, TAN, and the amount paid and the tax deducted on that amount. So if you have evidence that tax has been deducted from your salary, please use the add detail option and fill up this information. If there is no other detail of salary payment, then again you can select a schedule for TDS on salary and keep adding the details. So hope this is clear to you. Okay, you have an option to fill up the TDS details if you have tax deduction account number of the employer, his name, and what is the amount paid to you and what has been deducted. Now the next question comes. Once you file the return, by adding these details, you are claiming the credit of tax deducted by your employer. But note that your employer has not paid the taxes deducted from you and also not filed form number 24Q. So you will not get the credit of the tax paid because Rule 37BA provides that the credit will be allowed based on the form 24Q, the information provided by the employer of tax deduction, and claim made by you in the return of income. So you have made the claim in the return of income, but the employer has not given the detail of tax payment in form of quarterly TDS statement. So what will happen when your income tax return is processed? Definitely this credit of tax deduction which has not been paid by your employer will not be given by the department, and you will be issued a tax demand notice under section 156, including the tax and the interest payable. Now the question comes before you, how to respond to the tax demand notice? I have already said to you that section 205 prohibits the income tax department to collect the tax again from you, directly recover from you once the tax has already been deducted by the employer from your salary. Responding to the notice, you have to bring to notice of the department that there is a provision of section 205 which prohibit direct tax recovery where the tax has already been deducted under section 192 of the Income Tax Act. For your support, the Central Board of Direct Taxes has issued a guidelines to the assessing officers on 11th March 2016. Before that, also, the CBDT in June 2015 issued the directions to the departmental officers in such cases where the tax has already been deducted, but the employer has not paid the taxes. In such cases, no coercive measures for recovery of tax should be initiated. I am also providing you a list of certain judicial pronouncement in which it has been clearly been held that in view of the provision of section 192, section 205 and the CBDT guidelines, once the tax has been deducted by the employer, it cannot be recovered from the employee. Hope you can respond to the notice, demand notice, but it is not still a final solution. The amount will still be payable in your account as a tax demand. But if there is subsequent refund and department issue a notice to you for adjustment of the refund, again you can refer to the CBDT's guidelines to the thing of the section 205. Also the decisions, the list of which I am providing to you in this video. Hope this information to the large extent resolve your query Keep watching our channel for more insightful videos. Thank you.